15th of June 2013, we will start our sitting meditation. We are always using our body and mind. In our daily life, we are using ourselves with the idea of me or mine. Using mind and body with the idea of me or mine is not using only. We should use the truth to use only, to abandon the idea of me or mine. To be using only, we should be mindful to our mind. Because we are using our mind all the time, we should make the habit to be mindful to our mind. If we do not pay attention to our mind, we cannot know about our mind. If we are not mindful to our mind will go on its habit as usual. Now we are doing nothing. That's why it is easy to be mindful to our mind. If we are doing something, it will be difficult to know our mind. If we are not paying attention to our mind, we will not be able to control our mind. In our daily life, we used to be worried, we used to be angry because of we are not paying attention to our mind. Now we are stopping our daily activity. That's why we have chance to be mindful to our mind. Just focus on the mind continuously. Trying to do nothing except focusing on the mind. We should understand like this and we should try to practice like this. Whatever we are doing is possible if we try. If we cannot do, it is because of our weakness, not because of the practice is wrong. We must be patient and diligent to be able to do what we should do. We all are using the same eyes. So also the mind we are using are also not much different to each other. Meditation is mental action. If one mind can do like this, the other minds should do like this. Be mindful to the mind with the understanding of using only. Focusing on our mind will be difficult because of not practicing like this. Focusing on ourselves is easy because we used to do like this. We must change the direction of our mind from ourselves to our mind. Practice makes perfect and easy. We should practice a lot to overcome the difficulty. Mindfulness to the mind may be disappointing or it may take time, but we must go on. To be able to control our mind and mental action, we should pay attention to the mind. The more we know about our mind, the more we will be able to use the mind. Because of strong attachment to the habits, our mind will go outside and do usual actions. Whenever the minds go outside, trying to focus on the mind again. If it is too difficult to focus on the mind, we can focus on the breathing. When the mind can connect with the breathing and then trying again to be mindful to the mind. This is the practice to change our own habits. If we know about the handphone, we can use the handphone. The more we know about our mind, the more we can use our mind. Normal understanding about the mind is not complete. To detach from our normal understanding, we should remember the truth to use only. If we are knowing our breathing, we must try to detach from our breathing. If we are knowing our mind, we must try to detach from the mind. Each of the knowing or not knowing are necessary to detach. Being attached to all the action, being attached to ourselves, and being attached to knowing and not knowing are our habits. To be knowing only. Each of the knowing are necessary to detach. To be doing only. Each of the physical, oral and mental actions are necessary to detach. To be using only. Each of the mind is necessary to detach. We cannot stop using our mind, but we can stop using with attachment. The more we are dealing with our mind, the more we will know about our mind. The truth of the mind is to use only, not something, not to reject and not to attach. If we are able, our mind to be using only, we can understand the truth which is permanent, impermanent nature. Knowing and not knowing are also some of the power of this truth. We used to misunderstand there is someone who knows and who don't know. Because of wrong view, we are misusing our mind with attachment. By using the right view to use only, we must try our mind to be using only. All our habitual actions are not using only, not doing only. Abandoning our own habits are necessary to correct our mistake. We can be mindful to ourselves, but in the right way, doing only. We will share our merits.